This feels like something that has happened before, and once again we find ourselves right back in it. Last season for us started right here as Express Football Club did get to host a team in Arua Hill. This season starts for us here on SANYUKA Prime in the same stadium, WANKULUKUKU. 24 hours later than it should have happened. This should have gone down yesterday between exactly 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. The clouds and weather conspired to make sure it wouldn't happen. But with what we do call a packed itinerary of games, there's no time to spend. So the people from Jinja of Gaddafi had to spend the night right here in Kampala. Game kicks off at exactly 2 p.m. We're coming to you live from the WANKULUKUKU Stadium. Much improved, much better than yesterday. And we are underway. Express Football Club in the red and white. Gaddafi modern with its, well, I could say a trim of lime, a bit of red. And that is one of the reasons why he could be a supremo here. Crosses the ball in, a chance coming up here. Joseph Data chests that one, twists back into the box area, takes the shot! It hits the upright and it's hit to the back of the net! Alan Kayua! Typical poacher, right place, right time, stabs the ball home. Appeals for the offside. Waswa Bossa is seething here. Believes that should have been an offside here. Malex is intent on letting him know she's handling the game, not he. But for Express, the Red Eagles, well, they're soaring.
Yeah, the thing is that that's a good start for the Express side, especially for the kind of result that they had previously. They needed this kind of start to give them a bit of confidence, and that's what this kind of goal will give them. But you can clearly see what I've been talking about. Sleeping on the job. You don't see a reaction coming in from modern Gaddafi players in terms of trying to stop that ball. Just look, Data gets the ball, and clearly hardly anybody comes in to really put him under the pressure, and then he gets a shot on target. Now that is an offside. Clearly, that is an offside, and I think Waswa Bossa was right. Just look,
Alan Kayua was offside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He was offside, and I think that Waswa Bossa was right to complain, because his reaction when he's receiving the ball from the post, that is, I think Waswa Bossa was right on that one, and Malex must have got that one wrong.
They're making a chance here, straight header, and again, no reflexes. In any other day, the referee could have pointed to the penalty spot, but he says there's an offside here. The reflexes from the goalkeeper are really cause to question whether he is in this game.
Yeah, that's so true. And like I said earlier on, that the question marks about his performance there as the goalkeeper. But then, so what was the flag raised for? Oh, maybe, okay, that the goalkeeper had his hands on the ball, and that when the guy then Tege Anwar came out, is going on as far as his players are concerned, because they're not doing much to give you any sense of encouragement. I'm sure that for the fans of Gaddafi, they must be wondering what has befallen their side.
Anticipation here of whether this game can actually kick to life. The fans, as always, have consistently braved the weather. Even yesterday, they were here in large numbers. They are back today, and this time the drums do get to sound. And the chanting has only been enhanced by the fact that there's been an early goal there for them. Alan Kayua getting that one into the back of the net. Abate with a bit
quite leggy, and just look again. And
in possession, and a player goes down. But Ron
that,
Madanda,
in my book, should have been a foul. I don't know whether it was directly inside the penalty area or on the edge, but that is a foul, clearly.
Once again, Alan Kayua, the cat among the pigeons there.
I'm surprised
intent on causing all problems.
I'm surprised that Madana didn't see that.
Coming in from Farouk Katongole, been quite a busy one, but here comes a chance. Sabagala! Let it fly. And that was just inches away. Beautiful, beautiful attempt. Actually, this one was from Ivan Mayanja. Those two are building quite a partnership in there.
Now, just look at Chiemba. You lose the ball, just look at that, and then he walks and doesn't put in any effort to try and stop the striking player, and that is not acceptable. And I'm sure that's a better place to curl that ball over the wall.
It's breathed in, but not exactly getting it onto the right spot.
Yeah, that was not well executed there by Express's Serwanja there. And there, Simon Serunkuma is brought on in place of Sechembe, the former Express and Villa midfielder. Sadiq Sechembe is off.
Simon Serunkuma coming on. Sadiq Sechembe has actually been played. Gets across into the 18-yard box here. For the moment, that looked like a bit of clumsy defending. But they managed to get away with it, so it's a corner.
Yeah, it was, I feel that for the first time that we've seen this team try to do something positive here, that is more Gaddafi modern. But you still think that Express and all his mess there, Dennis Otim, it's a good opportunity for Gaddafi to score.
A shot coming in from distance there.
Me. What was Dennis Otim thinking? What do you have to do trying to dribble past your goal area and you're going into the opponent's half? That's poor goalkeeping, and he almost cost his side here.
Maybe it could be a blood rush there going to the head. They always say all goalkeepers.
That was Yaya Kakoza, and that's a good opportunity.
Teasing it up here, 2-on-1, straight shot, and again, right to the hands of the goalkeeper. Target practice. That is what will be on the agenda for tomorrow's training if this team continues this way. Johnson Odong, formerly at Police Football Club, with another brilliant glit-edged opportunity to put his team in the lead, and once again comes up short.
Yeah, of course, that is very disappointing, because when you have that chance and you have got all the acres of space on the far side, on the left-hand side of the goalkeeper, why do you play the ball high into the hands of the goalkeeper? That was a very poor play coming in from Johnson Odong. If he felt that he did not have the right artillery to actually shoot down that opportunity and put the ball into the back of the net, should have squared it back to his teammate, that is Alex Chitada. But looking at the position he was in, that is a ball that should have been easily in the back of the net.
It is now still time again to go forward and try to find a way to play this one through. All the way to the goalkeeper, Joel Mutakuwa. As we approach the end of the very first half of this game. Still solitary goal in there. A big one with questions.
Yeah, quite ironic that the Gaddafi goalkeeper is Joel Mutakuwa, which literally means he can't be beaten, but he's already been beaten. And how many times was he beaten last season in clumsy decision making, especially on his part? Is somehow not carried that name with the honor that it deserves, don't you think?
Well, subject to speculation here. It ended 1-0 in the reverse fixture, this very same fixture last season. When they actually went away to Gaddafi, that game ended 1-1. So you could say for Gaddafi, it's not been very happy hunting grounds for them every time they've tried to face off with the Express Football Club. But another chance coming up here. If they can keep up the same intensity, something might pop open for them in the instance as they approach halftime.
Well, they seem to be finding some bit of rhythm here, and also growth in confidence in the way they are playing. You can see that they are now reaching that Express goal area a lot more than they were a short while ago. So they need to capitalize and make sure that they make this phase of play count for them, and try and see that they can get a goal back before Express responds anyway.
Well, here comes Alan Kaiwa once again, trying to dribble his way past his markers, but just got to get to him in time there. And now tries to, well, chest down for the ball. And that's something maybe that the team should actually pick up from him. That is Gaddafi modern. But for the moment, here they come. Clean break coming in. Serunkuma has a chance, tries to square the ball in. I'm not exactly sure where that was going.
Yeah, it was poor coming in from Serunkuma. With his experience, he shouldn't be making such wayward passes. And he's the kind of player that is expected to have a showcase of a bit of the quality that has made him one of the best players the league has seen in the last 10 years. But with that kind of display, that kind of pass, then surely he's let himself down. And for the Gaddafi fans who probably feel that such a top player.
That was a horrendous challenge there. And the referee has no hesitation. Dan Bidikwadira instantly going to his book here. And he can have little to complain about in that instance. That was, I think, short of near catastrophic.
Yeah, definitely. And somebody could refer to it as friendly fire. These two players all developed at St. Mary's Chitende. That's incidentally the case. And they probably know each other quite well. But that was a really rough play coming in from Dan Bidikwadira. With his experience, you feel he shouldn't be lounging in the opponent's half to take out an opponent. That's a ball that could easily have won by just keeping his ground and closing down the opponent.
Let's wait and see how this one turns out at the end of the day. There's a chance coming up here, dribbling one way, then turning the other, then twisting and turning and still seeking possession. And the ball is ultimately just popped out.
I just feel that some of the decisions that are being made by this Gaddafi side not the best. You feel that they've got an opportunity to get back into this game, but just that final decision is not good enough, and in the end it cost them a chance to try and get back into the game.
Another player going to the ground, and there's another booking that might be on its way here as the referee first of all checks out how intently hurt Ivan Mayanja is. Complaints galore from the rest of the teammates. That looks cynical. It looked cynical actually, just going in straight for the leg.
Well, I just don't think that that Chimba will get a yellow card there, especially when you consider that Ivan Mayanja was dilly-dallying on the ball after the whistle had gone, and he should have, ceded the possession back to his opponent. Instead, he was trying to dilly-dally, waste time, and in the end, as the opponent was trying to retrieve the ball, he hurt him in the process. So I think Ivan Mayanja also is found himself in a situation where he can only blame himself as well.
Let's wait and see what transpires here as well. James Odoch here. So watching on, trying to issue some instructions here for them to finish off the final few minutes of this game.
But you get a feeling, Jermaine, that looking at the way the game has shifted a bit as we continue to see Gaddafi more than gain a little bit of momentum here. It wouldn't surprise me if they went to do the half with a goal.
Interestingly, last season we didn't have a single game that was washed out. Just looking at the stats in there.
Yeah.
This one, and the Rains made sure that they make their presence felt.
So early in the season already, we've had a game being washed out, and that was yesterday, this particular game, actually.
Just about a minute and a couple of seconds before time to be added on by the referees. It will definitely be heading to the dressing rooms here for a much-needed break and a chance, especially for Gaddafi Modern, to reevaluate their performance here. Being quite shy, especially in finding goals there. A team that has actually had a couple of changes last season, had about a total of 5 shots per game on average, and 2 of those were on target, 3 off target, according to the stats report. Doesn't make for a very pleasant reading for the Gaddafi fans if the same is happening this season as well.
Yeah, of course, if in a game you can only, master just the 5 shots and only 2 of them are on target, then that just tells you that you're definitely going to have problems scoring goals, and that's why we continue to see that they've got the chances here, but they've been unable to utilize them.
Top scorer last season, defender. Top assist maker, defender. Damning conviction.
Yeah, exactly. It must have been Buchochera who was one of their top scorers, and I think even Andrew Weiss was the captain last season. Hassan Musa now also who left. So you can see that they're a club that need a lot of work being put into improving their striking line.
Well, just 1 minute is the time to be added on right here as Express are still soaring heads and shoulders above Gaddafi Modern, but Gaddafi beginning to slowly get themselves back into the performance here. And they'll be hoping that they can maybe close off this one, keeping the deficit at just the 1 goal. But for the moment, Express are trying to find headway into the box area once again, that 18-yard spot. For the moment, a chance for a counter-attack here coming up. Brian in possession. Brian Kalumba cannot beat his man. Daniel Shabene becoming the linchpin in that midfield. Get the ball away. Get for a quick 1-2. Clumsy play, allowing Gaddafi Modern to snatch the ball off. And now playing it right into space here. Chance for them to venture towards the 18-yard box area. Crossed in. Dreadful. The referee has no choice but to send the 2 teams to the dressing room for the moment for a much-needed breather here and a chance to reevaluate the decisions and positions here. It's the solitary goal scored by Alan Kayua that still splits the 2 teams as they get into the dressing room, and another 45 minutes will beckon with big question marks over some of the officiation decisions made, especially in those first 20 minutes. They costed each team one an opportunity for a penalty. The other conceded a goal under questionable circumstances. This is the Startimes Uganda Premier League, proudly brought to you by MTN.
Enough.
Well, a chance here from a long range and a bubbly ball and a chance to stab it home. There could be still an opportunity. And it goes into the back of the net. The equalizer, Waswa was seeking, finally comes his way. Scrappy, they might say. Goalkeeper to blame, they might point out. The scorecard will read 1-1.
Well, that's true. But again, now you see that attempt initially. This was already an offside by Bakari Magumba. Again, a bit surprising because he tried to go for that rebound there. That already the flag should have gone up because he made an attempt to strike that ball, Bakari Magunda, and he was in an offside position. Again, I feel that Malek's Nachitio has messed up there, but I guess it's now turned out to be poetic.
To go forward, Enoch Sebagala gets the return ball. Sebagala getting into the 18-yard box area here. Can he pick the right decision? Opted to go for the shot, and again was caught off balance. Might be something to do with how slippery that surface is. Maybe it might be prudent for some of these players to consider going for the 1-2 passes. Yeah, that was a good delivery from Enoch Sebagala. He seemed to be under so much pressure coming in from the Gaddafi defense, and that's the reason why definitely be sent off. For the moment here, it looks like Gaddafi are in ascendance and they get the ball on here, try to cross it. Chitata, beautiful cross. Nearly met there in mid-air. Johnson Odong, right place, right time. For some reason, his stars just don't seem to align these days. But that situation there should definitely be brought back. Issa Lumu, hard man we normally call him, but for the moment, nice pickup here. And continued run coming in from Gaddafi Modern, looking to cross again. They have discovered that there might be need for a substitution for Express. Hussein Senoga and Hakim Semakula are constantly being penetrated, constantly being torn to shreds, because as it is, there's a yellow card there for Hakim Semakula, and that is just giving leeway. He's still at the top there with 7 points, same as Sports Club Villa, which is in number 2 with 7 points as well. And that is the final whistle coming your way from the MUTEESA 2 Stadium in WANKULUKUKU. Ronald Madanda bring it to a close. Alan Kaiwa started off the game in strong fashion, and the ambition or the hope for many was that they would be able to take it all the way before Brian Kalumba equalized in the second half here for Gaddafi FC to give them level. That is as far as the scoreline is concerned. But in the end, neither team could supremely stand heads and shoulders above each other. Full time, as it is here at the MUTEESA 2 Stadium in WANKULUKUKU. It is Express FC 1, Gaddafi FC 1.